What's happening, boys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your NXT review. This episode was pretty good in my opinion, so let's get straight into it. We kicked the night off with a women's tag team match between Izzy Rain and Tatum Paxley versus Nikki Lyons and Zarya, and this match was pretty good. It was not bad at all. It started off with a test of strength between Zarya and Izzy Rain, and this in my opinion was like Zarya going, "Welcome to the big leagues, kid, let's see if you can hang with me." And Izzy Rain was able to hang with Zarya. It was a pretty good test of strength. Izzy Rain looked pretty good. She pulled off a really nice kick up to get rid of one of Zarya's test of strength moves, and that was pretty cool. So a really nice start to the match. I also liked some of the little small things in this match, like some of the smaller spots were quite good. Tatum Paxley went outside the ring and Nikki Lyons went to follow her out of the middle rope, and Tatum Paxley done a step up enziguri off of the apron and hit Nikki Lyons. I've just found that pretty cool. I don't think it was significant, but it just looked pretty cool. There was another nice spot in this match where Zarya basically had Tatum Paxley up for a jaded, but she didn't hit. She hit a nice backbreaker instead, which was really cool. And I think everyone in this match looked pretty good. Nikki Lyons looked pretty good. She looked like a dominant force. She looked like she definitely has a bit about her again. Tatum Paxley looks good as always. Zarya looked like a powerhouse, and Izzy Rain looked good, and she's already even got her own corner chant for when she does chops. She's got the "Make It Rain" chant when she's hitting chops in the corner, which is pretty cool. I think the fans really do like Izzy Rain, so I could see her getting a big push just off the back end of the fans. Like, she looks really good as well in ring, so I don't see her push being too far off. But the match continues, and Nikki Lyons counters the Cemetery Driver with a really nice spin kick. Like, it rocked Tatum Paxley. But this is the turning point in the match. Nikki Lyons goes for the tag on Zarya, and Zarya walks out on her. She's like, "I'm done, I'm out of here," and she basically turns her back on her, and that's where the turning point in the match is. Tatum Paxley gets in, and then Izzy Rain tags in, and she hits the Thunderstruck. 1, 2, 3, and the match is done. And Izzy Rain picked up the pin here. I don't know if that's significant to anything, but in my opinion, that is a pretty cool pin to pick up. That's a big match. Like, got 4 big women in it. And then with the debut of Evil, and first, like, Lindsay Dorado comes out, and I'm like, whoa, I have not seen this guy in like 5 years, I'm convinced. And I was like, wow, nice to see him. And then I realised, oh no, he's going to get squashed by Naruka or Evil. But I was like, okay, this is an interesting match, because it wasn't exactly a dominant performance by Evil. Like, I wasn't convinced by him. Honestly, not convinced by him at all. Lindsay Dorado looked pretty good in this match. I actually think Lindsay Dorado looked better than Evil. It made him look better. But the only thing I picked up from this match is that you do not want to get into a chop match with Evil, because they sounded nasty. Like, they were loud chops. But yeah, like I say, I'm not convinced by Evil. He even botched in the match. Like, it wasn't great, and he was doing these weird little like foot like rubs against Dorado's head, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, you've killed the match flow. But I think he might be one of them slow, methodical wrestlers. I've never watched Evil, so I cannot say I've like got any experience of him, so you might have to let me know about him. But like, I don't know, I really am feeling him. I really ain't. He's not my vibe. He's not my vibe of wrestler, and his finisher isn't great either. So yeah, but maybe he'll win me over in the next coming weeks. I'm just not convinced by his debut, but we'll see what happens. Whereas Evil picks up a win on his debut, and yeah, welcome to NXT, I guess. And then we had a 6-man tag team match between Shawn Legacy, EK, and Tate Wilder versus Birthright, and genuinely, this match absolutely slapped. It was so good. The match kicked off with Tate Wilder versus Stacks, and I'm interested in Tate Wilder. He looks very green, but he also looks very good. He seems like he's, like they say, he's a bit of a daredevil. He just kind of goes with the flow and he just wrestles. He seems pretty cool. I like his idea of his character, but he might need to like change it up a little bit with his ring gear and stuff. He looks a little bit basic, but that's just a tiny criticism. But yeah, he looks really good. He looks green because he had a couple like small botches, but nothing crazy. But yeah, it was good. But the match was also really good. There were some fun spots in it. EK hit this like insane like moonsault. It was from the ground. He used the top rope and completed the moonsault from there on. I don't know what it was, but it was really cool. And there were some really good aspects of tag team wrestling in this match with Stacks and Connors. Stacks went under the bottom rope, pulled EK's legs when he was going to go for a springboard, and then Connors hit this really nice flip to the outside, which was really cool. A really quick executed move as well, like it was just like blink and you miss it type stuff, which was really cool to watch. And as the match went on a little bit, Connors hit this real nice almost attitude adjustment like thing onto the ring apron on EK, which was really cool. But this is where the match turns, because Tate Wilder gets tagged in and he gets a bit overzealous. He hits this really nice over the top rope flip to the outside, and then he just kind of starts to feel it. He's like, I'm in control here. So he takes out everyone once again, and he starts hitting all these top rope maneuvers. But Shawn Legacy wants into this match. He really wants into it, and he wants tagged in, and Tate Wilder just refuses to tag him in, and he starts doing these flips to the outside. He starts taking on everyone, and he's getting quite far, to be fair to him, but then he makes a crucial mistake. He goes for a moonsault off the top rope, and Shawn Legacy's still begging to get tagged in, but he's not having any of it, and he misses this moonsault, and then basically Birthright just take control, hit this nice double team finisher, and the match is over. And basically Tate Wilder costs his team the match because of his inexperience, and he got overexcited, which I did like. It was kind of like a good rookie move, which was, I've never seen that really before. Like, the rookie gets overzealous and just won't tag in his partners because he's living in the moment type thing. But yeah, I did enjoy this match. It was a solid match. And Birthright, as much as I don't like them as a faction, like promo-wise, in ring, they are crazy good. But yeah, this match was actually really good. We had the debut and contract signing of Mason Rook, and he came in and he does a nice little promo. He says he's the Tank, and if you're gonna go up against the Tank, you're gonna get run over. That was kind of cool, but the fans are so behind him. They gave him a standing ovation for his entrance. And even when he was cutting his promo, they were hitting the big, he's bad, your body slam your dad. But they obviously aren't saying Will Cruz anymore, but they've just ended it at that. And I think Mason Rook forgot who he was for a second, because the first part of his promo he went, I'm Will, and he stops, he's like, oh fuck, I'm messed up, and he goes, I'm Mason Rook, and I'm here at NXT. And he's here to like take the gold by the looks of it, because I think he's going straight into the world title picture, or the NXT title picture, because Tony D'Angelo comes out and he's like, I know you wanted to make an impact on your debut, you've done the exact same thing I did. He commends his effort. He's like, you're trying to take the spotlight, kid, I'm proud of you kind of thing. But he's like, you fucked up because you tried to do it twice. You attacked me once, cool, but you attacked me twice, shame on you type of vibe. He's like, we've got a problem now. Then out of nowhere, Cam Hendricks comes out and attacks Tony D'Angelo, and I'm assuming this might lead to a triple threat between Cam Hendricks, Will Cruz, and Tony D'Angelo, which I don't mind, because imagine Will Cruz pins Cam Hendricks and becomes the NXT champion, like, nearly on debut. That would be insane. But yeah, Cam Hendricks attacks Tony D'Angelo, but out of nowhere we've got a bloody flying missile, because Will Cruz does a moonsault from the top rope to the outside. He didn't actually hit Tony D'Angelo and Cam Hendricks, he more or less wiped out the security. But we move, it was pretty cool. And then he gets in the ring and he signed his contract and he's officially part of NXT, so we'll see where that goes. And then we had the return of Noam Dar after a year versus Jackson Drake, and genuinely this match was pretty good. I don't actually have tons of notes on it. I'm actually kind of annoyed how many notes I don't have on this match, because like it was a really good match, but there was just like nothing like notable, which is kind of annoying, because like I think it was a good technical match. And certainly after a year off for Noam Dar, a really good match to come back to. Jackson Drake looked really good in this match. Like you say, I've already compared him to like Daniel Bryan, but he's pretty cool. But this match went on and Jackson Drake hit a nice gut buster, double knees, and I thought the match was over because it was a distraction, and no, it wasn't. Noam Dar kicks out at like 2.95, I wouldn't say it was 9.9. It was a pretty cool sequence. Noam Dar goes for a nice springboard and Jackson Drake absolutely punts him off the ropes and he goes flying. But at this point, this is where the match basically turns, because Noam Dar gets attacked by Vanity Project, but they don't actually get any hands on him, so there's no disqualification. Noam Dar was actually ready for the attack, and he just kind of avoids it, but he goes to go back in the ring, and Mika Lockwood actually holds his leg, but the referee doesn't see it, and it allows Jackson Drake to hit a knee, and then a 450 splash, and in the match, 1, 2, 3, Jackson Drake picks up the win. But the match isn't done, because out of nowhere, Dark State's music hits, which is pretty cool, and it just kind of like cuts to a cliffhanger, but we'll get onto that. And with this cliffhanger, we had a Dark State promo, and they basically keep it simple. They're like, we want our titles back. You've been holding them for a little bit, and you're keeping them warm for us, but we want them. And Vanity Project are like, we are literally the ones that caused you lot to be in the turmoil, because Saquon Sugar and Dion Lennox are at each other's necks every day. And I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens there. And Vanity Project are like, why do you deserve a tag team championship match? You only bet Hank and Tank, like they're not exactly like the biggest team in the world. And Dark State stopped them there, and they're like, we've already booked the match, don't worry about it. And they're like, well, you're not going to be facing our main tag team though, you're going to be facing Dion Lennox and Saquon Sugar. And they're like, oh dear. And everyone's like, okay, how are they going to get along? Like, I think this will be a catalyst to probably like a Dark State turn here, because I think maybe they could pick up the titles and then it's a turn at some point once it happens. Or either they're going to lose the title and this is just going to cause complete, absolute turmoil, cannonball rollover. As Dark State are talking to Dion Lennox and Saquon Sugar, Vanity Project try blindside them and get absolutely tossed for their troubles. Like, they literally didn't stand a chance. But I reckon this could be the catalyst for Dark State to get their titles back, and then we go down the line of a turn from Saquon Sugar or Dion Lennox. And then we're on at the main event of the night with Clanny Jordan versus Kendall Grace, and we had Ren Sinclair ringside, and she is unfortunately injured, as I predicted last week. After that nasty landing from that ring apron spot last week, it was pretty disgusting. But yeah, we get a good match between Kendall Grace and Clanny Jordan. Kendall Grace is really good submission specialist. Like, she kept rolling through with tons of submissions, and she kept locking in Clanny Jordan with lots of ankle locks, and this match was pretty good with the submissions. But the match continued, and Clanny Jordan hits a really nice springboard moonsault to the outside. For that, she rolls Kendall back into the ring and hits this really nasty powerbomb for a near fall. I thought the match was over because it looked nasty. I think it was a 2.95 kick out. I wouldn't say it was a 9.9, but it was pretty close. And Clanny then decides that she's going to finish this match, and she goes for her finisher, but Kendall Grace is ready, and she picks her leg out the sky with this ankle lock, and she does not let go. Clanny grabs onto the ropes. She does this really nice roll through to get out of this move, but Kendall will not let go of her leg. Like, she has her in this leg lock, and I was like, this match is done surely. But somehow Clanny does get out of this leg lock after a little while. I think she finds a way to get under the ropes. But then she hits this really nice Spanish fly on Kendall, and it was pretty cool. And after that, the match kind of gets a little bit weird, because it cuts to a backstage segment where Lola Vice has been attacked by Izzy Dame, and they're fighting it out, and they somehow bring it to the ring, and Kendall Grace and Clanny are up on the top rope, and Clanny just realises that Kendall Grace has taken her eye off the ball, because Ryan Sinclair has been wiped out by this fighting that's happening between Izzy Dame and Lola Vice, and Clanny takes advantage of that, and she hits her finisher. She swiped Kendall's legs and hits her finisher. 1, 2, 3, match is over, and Kendall's raging at Lola Vice because she goes out and she pushes her, and she's like, what the hell, you just cost me a match, you did this, you hurt my friend. And then Izzy Dame out of nowhere comes and boots Lola Vice in the back of the head, basically. And that's the end of NXT. She stands tall with the NXT Championship, so I assume that's going to be Izzy Dame's move. She's probably going to go after Lola Vice. And that is it for this NXT review. Hopefully you enjoyed. There wasn't too many controversial opinions in this one, I don't think. I think people may be a little bit rocked by the Evil opinion, but who cares? It's my opinion, not yours. Each to their own. But yeah, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Root to in a